we're going to start today's lesson just with our mantra, or saying that we've been kind of going over every single video for this online learning that we've been doing for art. And do you remember it? Let's do it together. Are you ready? Kind of just gets us in the mood to make art and in the right frame of mind. Here we go. I am kind, I am creative, and what I make and who I am is important. Okay, so let's go learn about what a still life is and how to make one. Here we go. All right, so we are going to begin our still life project. You're going to need pencils, Sharpie markers, something to draw with. I prefer to use Sharpie for the video just so you can see what I'm actually sketching easily and you don't have to squint. But yes, we will be making still lifes, and a still life is a collection of found objects from your space. You can use groceries, you can use antiques from your home. I used some old bottles I actually found in our backyard with like a detector. I have a bandana from my dog. I have some pine cones from under my pine tree, and this sort of tin container that was my grandma's. So I collected all of these objects. I put them together for a composition that I could practice drawing from observation with. Drawing from observation just means drawing what you see. So it's practicing looking at what you see and drawing it on your paper exactly how it appears. And that might sound easy, but it's really difficult. I'm going to give you some tips before we begin. When you're looking at your still life and you're drawing from observation, there's that word again, observation and still life, you are going to really be focusing eyes on what you're making. You're not going to be looking at your paper a whole lot, because if you do, your brain kind of tricks you into drawing what you think you're seeing, and you don't necessarily draw what's actually in front of you. So let's start practicing together. Go gather your art making materials, pencils, pens, colored pencils, crayons. I used Sharpie markers, and a piece of paper. Can be notebook paper, that is fine. Here we go. Alright guys, so I like to work quick so that I can get all of the information I need on my paper. Typically I would work in pencil first and then add a material like chalk or oil pastel, crayon, any type of paint. So if that's something you're interested, that would be amazing to add some color, some shading to your composition. But if you want to just sketch it out with a pencil, like I said, that is fine. It's all about what you have to use at your house and what your preferences are. I definitely could go back and add a lot of shading to this to make it look like it has depth and it's more realistic and three-dimensional. This image that I drew last night actually, and yesterday afternoon, I spent a lot of time and hours sketching this, shading it, coloring it, highlighting it. This is a still life that I made with some old bottles that were in the recycling, a bowl that I used for popcorn, a jewelry dish, a lemon in a box, and a tablecloth at my house. So this one I spent hours and hours and hours on, and I just love making art when I have nothing going on. And yesterday was a day I had nothing going on. So I came up with this to show you. So it really just depends